I'm standing in the middle of Las Vegas Strip.
This is the place where I decided to quit my 9 to 5. All in or nothing. Welcome to Las Vegas, the land of the free, home of Lady Luck. A city of dreams where fortunes are made or broken in the blink of an eye. Here it's make it or break it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Today I'm going to tell you the story of when I made the biggest decision of my life, to quit my 9 to 5 job and go all in on myself. So grab a coffee or a tea, because this is about to get wild.
My mind was thinking that something out there could be better, and I didn't want to do that for too long. Actually, on every job, after 2 years, I think was my maximum. I started after 2 years, my willingness to wanting to stay in that company would go down. At the beginning, you're extremely excited, you're happy, you're getting your paycheck every week and everything's going fine. You're meeting people, you're making friends and things like that. It's exciting. But then after over 2 years of doing the same thing over and over and over again, especially in that company, the telephone company, what happened to them is that they were very strict in questions of customer service and the way you needed to talk to clients. They started putting me a guy to used to come, because my schedule was one of the best schedules, because I was one of the first employees that went to work for that company. I was actually on 5,000 people. I think I was like number 80 something. I was able to choose and select perfect schedule that I wanted, and since I was used to the schedule of the hotel that was 6 in the morning till 2 o'clock, that was, for me, that was the perfect schedule, because you felt like you had the whole day for you. From 2 to midnight, you could do whatever you wanted and it was okay. So I was selecting that schedule from 7 to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock I was done. I didn't want to work more than that, because 9 to 5 was not what I wanted for me. I wanted to have my own business. I wanted to do money in a different way, not selling my time for money. And at that point, I had that type of schedule, and people around me started to be jealous. I remember I used to leave at 2 and everybody, the floor was, they all turned around. You're leaving? That's it? Remember one guy, one time he actually threw me an object. That's how jealous he was. When he saw me leaving, he threw me an object, because he was new and his schedule was from 10 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. And I was like, I didn't pay attention. The atmosphere wasn't really an atmosphere to be fighting, because everybody was well dressed and everything. So I just let it go. But I knew, I could see and I could hear that people were starting to be very jealous of the fact that my schedule was very, very nice. But like I said, the atmosphere and everything, having a guy next to me checking every single word that I was saying to the client and the way I was responding. Then I used to go with my manager and he used to listen to my calls and then give me feedback on that. I started to be really annoying, like every morning, oh my god, again I have to go there, oh my god, like wasn't happy anymore. And I've seen, especially that I have done it for over 2 years, maybe 3. I was at the end, I think at the end on the 4th year. This is when I took a vacation to Las Vegas, and while I was on the plane I said, I'm not coming back, man, I'm not coming back. And my girlfriend at the time told me, are you serious? Yeah, that's it, I'm done. What are you gonna do? We're gonna figure it out. Like Dana White says, we're gonna figure it out. Life, it's about figuring it out. You're gonna face the problem once it is in front of you. For the moment, we're gonna figure it out. So I went, had enjoyed my time in Las Vegas. When I came back, I gave my resignation, and it went well, because the company, it is incredible. You're not even gonna believe this story, but when I got to Las Vegas and we had fun and everything, and then all of a sudden I log in on a computer to check, the company website and stuff like that I had access to emails and stuff, and I see an email saying, we're looking for people that wanna quit because we're going to fire a lot of people We are reducing the personnel, so we're looking for volunteers. If they want to leave, we're going to give them a bonus. So I took the opportunity. I said, this is perfect. You see, it's like God listened to my prayers, because I had enough about this 9 to 5 thing. So at the end, they gave me a good bonus. I think it was over $7,000 at that time. Back in the day, 7,000 was maybe like 15,000 right now. So I said, there you go, we're gonna have a little caution to figure something out, and then we'll see what happened. Right after that, I went to, once the money was over, because with expenses, rents and all that, eventually the money ran out. So I went to work back again to the 9 to 5, even though I didn't want to go back. But one day what happened is that I went to a bank and I was on the lineup, and I said, man, it looks very easy, man. Like, see that guy over there, going over there, talking to that girl, coming back in the front, and going over there, and then this seems to be like a chill job. Let me apply for it. Maybe I'm gonna like it. Maybe I'll do this. Yeah, I don't need to have a headset. I don't need to be in a call center. Plus, I have customer service experience. Maybe that's gonna help me. And I went the same day when I was at the teller. I said, hey, how can I work here? Do you have like an application or something? And she said, no, go to the website and you can apply from there. So I went back home. I went in their website and I applied. I got a job. They called me right away for an interview, and I was interviewed by 2 ladies. They were very happy to talk to me. They were very friendly, and they told me, okay, you're starting on Monday. I'm like, wow, that quick, that fast? Okay, let's go. At that point, they didn't have any training. I was trying to compare the bank to the other company that I was coming from. Totally different, no training. They just put you in the front line, and I don't know. And how do I do this? Ask someone. And how do you do that? Ask this one. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no training here. So I was learning as I was working. I was like, okay, do a deposit. Okay, how do you do a deposit? I press F2 and then press the. Okay. So the first day that I did that, I actually made a big mistake. I deposited $1,000 to a lady that actually she wanted to cash her check. So not only I put the $1,000 in her bank account, I also gave her the money. And the lady left happy, and she actually spent the other $1,000 from her bank account. So then my manager was pissed, but she told me, it's normal, you're new, we're gonna figure it out, we're gonna call the customer and we're gonna tell her. And I'm not sure, I think the lady had to come back and then make a payment or something. Anyways, they didn't make me any problems. And from there, but once again, after 2 or 3 years, my excitement, I went down again, and I was like, oh my God, I was dreading to wake up and go in the morning. Again, I have to go. Oh, again, I have to see that client. Again, I have to see this one. Oh, again. Like I said, I wanted a business. I wanted to do something else, especially that you're working in the bank. I was seeing guys coming happy in the middle of the afternoon or in the morning or in close to the evening, and because there were a few days that we had to stay in the evening because like example Thursdays, it was a busy day. So yeah, this guy comes at any time. And what do you do? I used to be friendly with them and ask them, what do you do? I do real estate. I do this. Oh, I do that. Oh, I have a business. Oh, I have this. So I was like, everybody that is free, they actually have a business. They don't work for somebody. They don't do this type of job that I'm doing. They look a lot happier. They look fine. They look okay. It started working in my head. I had a problem. There was I'm gonna say, but don't feel insulted, Filipino people. There was a Filipina lady that came and she had a fraudulent check, and she gave me her check. I did some verifications. I went to see somebody because it was over my limit, so the other person signed the check, approved it, and then I went and I deposited and I put a hold. It was a 7-day hold. Now I did what I had to do. I did my job. I asked somebody higher than me to sign it and to verify it. The person verified it, but I think the person was kind of busy, you know, like how it is at the banks, they're all busy. So she signed it very quick, say okay here, and I deposited the check. I put a hold. She told me make sure you put a hold of 7 days. I did. I put a hold on the check, and then what happened on the 8th day? So I put a hold for 7 days, but on the 8th day, the lady came right away, withdrew the money, and disappeared. On that day, after she took the money, we receive a fax saying the check is fraudulent. Put a hold. This is a fraudulent check. Put a hold on that account and close the account and alert the authorities and all that. So my manager started freaking out because it was actually a big check. Well, not that big, but for them it was big because it's considered a loss. It was like 3,500, something like that. And she came and she was pissed. And at the beginning they thought it was somebody else. There was a lady working next to me, and I thought it was the lady that did it. And then, but they were not that upset, but not that much, because the lady's been there for many years, maybe like 10 to 15 years. So it was someone they knew. But then all of a sudden, they realized that it was not her stamp, it was actually mine. When they found out that it was me, which was the younger one, which was also the one with less experience, my experience at that point was maybe like 4 years. So they're like, oh my god, what did you do? Look at that. They brought me into the office and make a big stuff. And then a few days later, they put me back in the office, and I said, we did an investigation. And the manager actually accused me. She's like, I think you know that Filipina. I'm like, what? First of all, I'm not Filipino. Might look like a Filipino, I don't know, but they ain't Filipino. I had no idea who this lady is. I have never seen her in my whole life, and I did what I had to do. I did my 7 days hold. I had the second signature of the other person that is higher, that has a higher limit, so you shouldn't be blaming me and accusing me on top of that. Well, we're gonna continue investigating, and then they made a big problem. And then a few days later again, she put me back in the office and she said, we have decided to put a note on your file. So now you have one warning. It's like a note, like a warning or something in your file that something wrong. I'm like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not sure what you're talking about. And I said, then I got angry. At that point, my nerves, I already had enough of that job. I had enough of because even the atmosphere went ballistic. I was working with about 7 women, and it's not easy to work with women. I can tell you, I've done it. 7 women around me, and when they have their periods and stuff, their hormones are up and down. One day they're happy, they're smiling, the next day they're screaming at you, the next day they're not talking to you. It was hell. It wasn't the best atmosphere. I remember one time like going, hey, can you help me with this? Don't you see that I'm busy? They were screaming like crazy. Whoa. And then the next day, you wanna go for lunch with me? You wanna go for lunch with me? Like, I don't have anybody to go with. You wanna come with me? Bitch, you remember yesterday what you told me and how you treat me? Hey, ain't working with me. Get out of here. So the atmosphere was really, really bad at the end. Felt like the whole place was against me because I was one of the only males in that company. So at the end, when she told me that she was gonna put a note or something in my file, I said, put all the notes you want, because I'm giving you my 15 days notice. I'm leaving. What? Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Then a few days later, she came back. No, okay. I talked to the VP, and the VP said it's okay. We're gonna remove the note from your file. I said, you know what? The harm was already done. And on top of that, I remember that like maybe like it was the end of the year, and that month also another thing that happened was they brought me in also for an increase. And when she gave me an increase, she handed me a letter, 25 cents increase after 1 year of work, 25 cents. I said to her, this is a joke. When in the other company that I was, the telephone company, every increase was like 5%, like 10%. Like you could actually see a difference, like $1.50, like $2, like $3. It was good increase. And bonuses at the other company, the telephone line company, bonuses were like 2,000, like at the end of the year, 2,000, 2,500 something. Here at the bank, bonuses $300, 250 in a year. I was like, man. And they had a big sign on their website saying, we are proud to be the #1 hiring company in the country. We have the best benefits and all that. I was like, man, if they knew what other companies are doing, they wouldn't be advertising like that. I know, because I tried all the other jobs and other companies. So basically, this is what happened. At the end, I left, and I also quit that job after over 4 years. And this is when I decided to open my own business. And I can tell you that when I opened my business with maybe less than $1,000, and thanks to God, I had it for over 5 years. And that was the best time. I made my rules, I made my schedule. I was generating daily money because it was a store. So today you have money, tomorrow again you have money, and the next day you have money. And for sure, it's not everything profit. You have overhead and expenses and all that, but at the end of the day, you manage and you make your own decisions and things like that. And then the pandemic happened and things went south. But I don't think ever gonna go back to the 9 to 5. Hopefully, we never know. Knock on wood. But now I'm working on my business online, and I think whoever is listening to this should take some time to think about it and go for your dream. Don't hesitate. Go ahead, follow your dream, and always don't think about what's gonna happen. And there's always, when a door closes, another door opens. And that's been the story of my life. Look, I got here to my age, and this is the model that I've been running on since that day, since that time that I decided to move on from the 9 to 5. So I hope you like this video. If it was anything of value, go ahead and subscribe, give me a like, and keep in touch. If you wanna keep in touch, go on my comments or the description, and I'll be glad to help you out.